Welcome to War India News Hour. There is a growing concern on the healthcare digital data. With the changing nature, depth and consequences of cyber attacks in healthcare, the nature of preventing, monitoring and managing those threats requires a new approach. When we talk about the digital transformation in the healthcare sector, it is not just data, rather everyday operations in healthcare have threatened the momentum for digital health transformation. The healthcare industry is a prime target for cybercriminals. For cybercriminals, the healthcare industry is a golden goose. The healthcare industry's growing use of connected medical devices, equipments and other IoT devices also means there are many new risks and endpoints to manage and secure. There have been more than 200 individual ransomware attacks on the healthcare organizations since 2020. This makes medical facilities a prime target for ransomware attacks. At the core of the increased risk to healthcare organizations is the richness and uniqueness of the information that the health planners, doctors, hospitals and other providers handle. Apart from typical financial fraud, there is also the possibility of medical insurance fraud or, in the case of providers, attacks on computer-controlled medical devices as reported by Beyond Security. In terms of technical capabilities, the healthcare industry is behind other industries in protecting its infrastructure and electronic protected health information, that is EPHI, as commonly seen in the use of outdated clinical technology, insurance network-enabled medical devices, and an overall lack of information security management processes. Some organizations may not realize the sophistication of hackers and their means to infiltrate confidential patient data networks. Interconnectivity of data in the healthcare sector holds huge promise for health outcomes, that is, improving both quality and efficiency of medicines. Many healthcare providers outsource services such as HIMS, payroll and web development to third-party vendors. These vendors often have access to sensitive information which can be more vulnerable to attack outside the organization, particularly if the healthcare provider does not have full visibility on how a vendor manages security. So let's look into today's headlines in War India. The world is watching for the great US presidential elections. So far, the investors must have prepared for significant market volatility in the event of a disputed outcome of the US presidential elections in 5 days' time. Sources said President Trump is contesting on his own merits, whereas Joe Biden has been backed up by the Wall Street. President Donald Trump and his Democratic White House rival Joe Biden both hold rallies in the critical election state of Florida. Biden maintains a substantial lead over Trump nationwide, according to most polls. Honeywell introduces quantum computing as a service. There is no doubt on the technology evolving at a faster speed. Honeywell's Model H1 machine makes use of Honeywell's unique hardware approach based on trapped ions. An ion is an atom that has a net positive or negative electrical charge. The trap in this case is a fabricated device like a computer chip that can be used to manipulate those ions, similar to moving electrons through the gates made up of silicon transistors. Honeywell has introduced for the first time quantum computing as a subscription-based plan for usage. Facebook's Workplace adds new features on its platform. The enterprise social platform Workplace is keeping its commitment to update and introduce varied employee engagement toolkits on a monthly basis. The latest update says the Workplace's dark mode changes the background from white to black. It further says it has brought in a number of user-friendly updates to enable faster connectivity, accessibility and better post creation to further ease your user experience. Parliamentary panel questions Paytm about storing of data in servers abroad. A parliamentary panel on Thursday questioned top officials of Paytm representatives about the quantum of Chinese investment in the company and told them that the servers on which customer data is stored should be in India. Members of the panel from different political parties asked Paytm why its servers that store customer data are located abroad when it claims to be an Indian firm. Indian Army launches WhatsApp-like encrypted messaging app. Post deletion of all the Chinese apps in the Indian Army, the Army has been proactive against the use of commercial social media applications by its personnel to avoid any data or information leak or theft. They have developed an indigenous end-to-end encrypted voice, text and video calling app for Android platforms over the internet. The app, named Secure Application for Internet or SAI, was developed by Colonel Sai Shankar, and the same has been tested by the government's nodal agency, CERT in Empaneled Auditor and Army Cyber Group. India ranked as the top 10 gaming countries in the world. The online gaming industry in India is a fast-growing business with a growing community of active gamers. Gaming and esports industry in India is likely to witness a boom in the coming years. A report from YouGov's new white paper says amongst the surveyed markets, India ranks among the top 10 gaming countries in the world. At present, 7 out of 10, that is 71% people in India, claim to be gamers playing video games or mobile games on any device. In India, mobile gamers playing on a smartphone or tablet clearly outnumber PC or console gamers. Just 12% play on consoles compared to 67% who use a smartphone or tablet. Dan Phillips and Jim Hansen join Cyberbit Board of Directors. Dan Phillips, the former co-founder, CEO and chairman of Cloud Health Technologies acquired by VMware, and Jim Hansen, former CEO and chairman of Silverback Technologies acquired by Dell, have joined the company's board of directors. The company raised $70 million investment from Charles Bank Capital Partners in May 2020. Prior to this, Phillips was a C-level executive in multiple cloud and IT management startups, 2 of which achieved successful IPOs. Sanjeev Lamba to join as the Chief Operating Officer in Linde. Linde, a global company into industrial gases and engineering, has announced the appointment of Sanjeev Lamba as Chief Operating Officer effective from January 1st, 2021. Sanjeev Lamba has been with Linde for 31 years. He is currently serving the company as Executive Vice President and CEO, Asia Pacific, and is based in Singapore. Byju's backed White Hat Junior uses advertisements that are misleading. The White Hat Junior's advertisements are encouraging kids to learn to code and be the next Mark Zuckerberg of their generations. It is the first company which is doing very aggressive and at times negative marketing to influence the parents and students for taking classes with them. Now the advertisements have been asked to be pulled down by the Advertising Council of India. As per reports, the claims made by the advertisers are dubious and unsubstantiated. Maze ransomware is shutting down its cybercrime operations. The Maze ransomware began operating in May 2019 and continued to expand its reach and subsequently increased its revenue multiple times by evolving the ransomware operations with RangerLocker and Lockbit to share information and tactics. Now it is shutting down its operations after rising to become one of the most prominent players performing ransomware attacks. COVID update. The number of reported coronavirus cases from India stood at 81,33,883 with the death toll at 1,21,647. Summing up, hospitals and the healthcare industry continue to be a prime target for the ransomware. The FBI warns of a threat against the healthcare sector from Riot ransomware and one that has already affected some hospitals. Security experts report that this latest attack has already hit at least 4 hospitals and could affect hundreds more. In Pune also, we have recently come across a data breach in the hospitals. It has attacked 4 different servers at a time. There are many cases happening across the globe, but it has not been reported to the public with the fear of business loss and reputation. The risks associated with interconnectivity are also of great concern. The evolving threat landscape, where cyber attacks today are more sophisticated and well-funded, increase the value of the compromised data on the black market. Cyber threats on healthcare facilities can be divided into 2 categories: the untargeted attacks and the targeted attacks. The untargeted attacks do not discriminate between assets. Therefore, adversaries choose the targets that maximize their gain or cost ratio first. That way, a high profit is generated with the least effort. Untargeted attacks could also be directed against patients. On the other hand, targeted attacks have specific assets in the crosshairs. The reason for targeting this sector is when cyber attackers see that key healthcare businesses pay the ransom, they see the enormous potential of getting rich without caring about the damage they may do. As healthcare organizations pay ransoms and the large dollar amounts they pay are highlighted in the news, this becomes an indication that this is a sector that is willing to pay. So be safe. With this, let's wind up for the day. But do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Please download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.